come through the Strait of Hormuz. Is that your take on it?
Oh, absolutely. They're winning hands down. China needs to do absolutely nothing and win at every level. At the level of energy, even though there is the problem that you mentioned, that they have been receiving a very large proportion of their oil from the Gulf, from the Strait of Hormuz. But nevertheless, Piers, we must not forget the immense investment China has put into electricity, into solar panels in particular, and wind power, but primarily solar panels. So now we have a very large chunk of the planet which is moving away from fossil fuels. I mean, even countries like Pakistan and Ethiopia, I don't know whether you heard that, Ethiopia banned the importation of all fuel-driven cars, bikes, trucks. Pakistan has become an electro-state. I mean, they don't need the main power generation that other countries need. So, China is winning from that because this is their long-term bet. Electric cars, solar panels, shifting away from fossil fuels. But also, when it comes to everything else, because, China can now play the role of the adult in the room. They are not flip-flopping like Trump is. They, once they have signed a contract, a long-term contract for delivery of whatever, they fulfill it. They don't go back on the terms. And when it comes to international law, Trump has gifted them the opportunity to present themselves, to present Beijing as the great custodian of international law.
Do you get the feeling, Yanis, that if he could get out of this war right now, Donald Trump would do that, but that he can't find an off-ramp which looks like any kind of victory, and in fact would look like a defeat, a humiliation, if, for example, the Iranians refuse to hand over the enriched uranium, if they refuse to have any draconian restrictions on their nuclear capabilities, if they maintain some kind of control or sovereignty over the Strait of Hormuz, if all those things remain implacable and they don't concede them to the Americans, and the Americans have to, for political and economic reasons, get out of this, it would be seen as a failure.
He's caught between two stools, isn't he? I mean, it's what we were saying last time we spoke. I have no idea what drove him to attack Iran, because it was clear that he would end up in this quagmire. So on the one hand, exactly as you say, if he now does a Trump and chickens out, then, the taco stigma is going to become even more evident.